Hello YouTube. I wanted to show you I'm getting started on this Classy Hobbies 1/16 scale U.S. Army Airborne soldier. Just want to show you what all I got done so far. I think the only thing I'm trying, there are some seams, but I'm trying to use glue and then sand them down instead of using the putty, because they're not too bad to where you need the putty, but yet they're not clean. So I'm gonna have to use some glue. Right now it's still drying, because if you try to sand glue, it kind of muds up on you unless it's dry. So that's where I'm at right now. I've got the boots on, boot knife, legs. These are the extra pieces for the his shirt. So, and then this is the upper body piece. The neck piece was separate, and then the arm. And I think I'm gonna build all of it together except for the other arm here. I'm gonna leave that one off because the Thompson goes to it. I can't really get a good paint job on that, as you can see right there. So that's gonna have to be glued on later after the fact. But I think I can get all of this done in one bulk paint. And of course the head I'm going to leave separate too. I'm going to do that on its own and then glue it. So it'll just be the arm and the head that won't be attached when I finally start to do all the painting and everything. But right now it's more like prep work. There was some seams that I had to sand. There was some extra plastic that I had to cut off. There's actually some right there that I can see. And once I prime this, after I get done sanding some of these seams again, then I'll probably find more that I got to do. But all in all, not too bad. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. You know, this is the first Classy Hobby figure that I've ever built, so you don't really know what to expect. You see it in the pack and it looks pretty good, but you never know when it comes to seams and stuff like that, how it's going to be, good or bad. And this is pretty impressive. You could probably get away with not even having to do that, but I'm, you know, a little bit of a stickler, kind of go over the top with some things, so I'm definitely going to sand some of this out and work on it some. But pretty impressive so far. Looks very nice. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how this is going to be when I get it done. But that is so far, and like I said, we're going to sand that off and then prime it up, see what it looks like, and go from there. Okay, so I got everything primed up, and I did end up attaching the head, which maybe I shouldn't have, because you can see I hit the neck with the green. But I started painting the uniform, some stuff, and I hit the arm and started as Thompson. Started painting the helmet, and I've been using the Ammo by MIG paints, and this is the World War II U.S. paratroopers uniform. Comes with all of those colors. You can kind of get an idea of what's in it. The only other thing that I've used besides that set on him is I did put the green tone, the quick shade on there, that wash. And of course you got to go back with that and touch things up. So that is where I'm at right now. So that did give that a green effect. You see it's kind of more of a tannish, greenish color, where after you put the military shader on there, it gives it that green effect, so I have to go back over that. But that is where I'm at right now. So early stages, it's coming along. It looks pretty good so far. Okay, so I've put some more of the light ochre mixed with some yellow green on there to cover up some of them dark spots. I put some of the military green on that grenade. I'll have to hit that again though. But and then I also put the buff on the ammo pouch and the straps. I put some the skin color, which is this corpse pale. Can't hardly read that. But I tried that. I put some of that on there, and then I watered this AK down and put a wash on there for right now, just to kind of highlight some stuff for when I get going. I mixed the earth tone and red for his boots and his sheath. So that is where we're at right now. Okay, so as you can see, I've continued to put more detail on him. It's very basic. Put some of the blue mixed with the, boy, it's really shaking. The blue mixed with the skin tone to give it that 5 o'clock shadow look. I've put some black wash on his uniform here and there to bring the straps out and everything. I put the decals on. We went with the 82nd Airborne decals because I've got a bust I'm gonna do that it'll have the 101st. So painted up the Thompson. I still have to put the back sight on there, the rear sight, and that is yeah, the photo etch stuff. So I have to bend that up and then glue that on and paint it. Got the boot knife good to go. Just putting in a lot of details. Still got a decal to put on his backpack and do some detailing there, but it's coming along pretty good. I wish it wasn't shaking so bad, jeez. Not a good day to paint, I guess, not anymore. Did wash his boots. Hit the watch there. Just brought up different skin tones, trying to make him look a little bit more detailed. Probably not gonna do too much with the hair because the helmet's gonna cover most of that. I already put the helmet on. That's a work in progress. You can see, I did put the straps on, or at least those ones. I'll put that on his head real quick. That way you can kind of see as it falls all over the place. Okay, hopefully it doesn't fall around, but that's not exactly the right position, but as you can see, most of the hair isn't going to be seen there. Dropped again. Oh, yep, there you go. So that's about where it's going to be, but that's still a work in progress. Okay, so putting the finishing touches on him. Got his face done, got most of him done. Still got to paint the back sights, put the bricks on, have to paint that. Oops, and the inside wall, this is turned around, I gotta glue this. And then I re-sprayed the helmet because I put all those little, come on, stop shaking, there we go. Put all those little pieces on there. So I'll have to repaint everything before I put that on, but we're getting close now. All right, got him all finished up. Got the helmet done. I am gonna have to spray some Dahl on that. That's the one thing I didn't do before this video was over. I thought about putting him on a piece of wood, but I don't know, I might just leave him. I think he fit in my display cabinet better this way. As you can see, he's all finished. I went with the, which I believe I already said, went with the All-American 82nd. This photograph obviously has the 101st Screaming Eagles, but I decided to do something different, probably because I'm going to be doing a bust of a guy has the 101st patch on him, so I didn't want to do them all the same. But that is what I got done. Looks pretty good. Nice kit. I didn't have to worry about a whole lot of seams or anything. Oops. Trying to spin him and not let him lose control. Photo etch parts went on well. This was a really nice build. And then while we're looking at this, I'll show you this one, because this was on one of the other videos. I showed you this young miniature one I did, but I didn't have the base done, so I put the Africa core pin I found on eBay on a piece of wood and put some of the desert on top and just put him on there. But that is that. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you like, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Jesus is King, and God bless.